What's going on, everyone? My name's Mitch Robs, and today we're going over Storm Shield West for Canny Valley Endurance AFK. So if you guys haven't already, go check out my Storm Shield South build. It plays in combination with this one. If you don't build it first, there's going to be some walls that you're going to see that I place stuff on that's like, okay, well, when did you place that type of deal? But we're going to be going over this step by step. So if you guys like this kind of content, leave a like on the video and consider commenting down below which amp you guys want to see next. I put a community poll out to see which amps you guys are most excited about, so go check it out. As well as consider subscribing if you guys enjoy this content and use it. Really appreciate it. We're about to hit 15,000. That's pretty sick. Alright guys, so this is literally just going to be a simple damage tunnel. It's like the last south build that we did. It's not going to be too complex. It's just going to be a simple damage build, and we're going to build it so that we're basically guaranteed wave 1 and guaranteed the random waves, but it doesn't get hit very often, so you don't have to worry too much about durability. So the idea is to basically, with this one, kill all the smaller stuff with the spawn trap and then focus our little space that we have with heavy killing traps for like smashers and riot huskies. So that's about what we're going to do for this amplifier. So talking about this amplifier, we are going to use 50 traps and we're going to use 6,180 metal. Now that comes at a total of 50 structures from traps and 103 from metal for 153 structures overall. So I'm not going to do the math because I probably screw it up in my head, but add 153 and 172 together and congrats, you have the total structures for home base. Alright, so now let's go over the traps for this amplifier. So we're going to have 3 wall dynamos with 2 crit rating, 2 crit damage, heals builds attached. These are like our assassin killer build wall dynamos in Canny Valley Endurance. These are going to kill basically everything in one shot, all the assassins. We're going to have 2 sound walls. These are going to be all durability and 1 reload. We're going to have 2 sound walls that are all durability and 2 reload. We're going to have 7 ceiling electric fields with all durability. We're going to be having 8 ceiling electric fields with crit rating, double crit damage, durability. We're going to have 9 wall darts with crit rating, crit damage, reload, damage, durability. 6 wall darts with crit rating, 2 crit damage, durability, so 6 of those. 3 tar pits with all durability. 3 wall dynamos with crit rating, crit damage, reload, durability. 3 wall dynamos with crit rating, double crit damage, durability. 1 ceiling gas trap with crit rating, crit damage, effect duration. 2 ceiling zappers with crit rating, double crit damage, durability. And 1 wall launcher with 3 impact, 2 reload, and durability. So 50 traps right there, with the majority of it being ceiling electric fields basically. And that's because this terrain on this amplifier is kind of icky, so we can't fit very many walls and floors into this, so the ceiling electric fields at too high are going to mitigate propane a lot, and they're going to do sufficient enough damage. So yeah, let's get onto the building tutorial of this. If you guys haven't already, this works in combination with my south amp, and it works in combination with my Mac grinder, and you guys will see that in the build guide. My AFK spot is important because you have to take into account the assassin husks. If yours is different, you have to take into account them differently, and depending on that, you're gonna have to set up your assassin tunnels different. But anyways, let's get on to building. So now that we've gone over all the traps and everything that we're going to use in this build, let's build it for you guys, alright? So this is actually going to be cheaper than Home Base South, and it's a pretty clean build. So let's look at the spawns first and we'll go over that kind of stuff. So we'll get a bow out. So for the spawns, right, they're going to be spawning all in this little back area, right? This little rectangle, this is their main spawn, right? And there's nothing really spawning outside that except for 1 spawn that can potentially happen up here, and we'll take care of that with just a really simple idea. Alright, so naturally you'll see that the husks want to go up this ramp. If they're far over here, they could potentially want to go over this way and around and up this ramp. as well as they would want to go from that spawn up this ramp and towards the amplifier. So up here, and they would want to walk right through here, right? So that would be 3 different pathways you'd have to cover. So naturally, you want to kind of get it down to 1 or maybe 2 tunnels, right? So we're going to get it down to 1 tunnel, and we're going to bring them up this right side over here. Why not bring them up this left side? Well, this terrain is a lot cleaner, don't get me wrong. I've had a lot of issues with blocking off this right side, right? Because you can't really do much with it, right? You can put these floors right here, but you can't really put walls or floors here, so it's kind of hard to block off, and no matter what I really tried, husks would beat over here. So we made our tunnel over here, all right? So our pathing is going to be taking them up this way, and the husks that spawn over there will walk all the way over here. They'll walk this diagonal, and then they'll walk straight up. So our basic pathing is pretty simple. It's just going to be floor here, here, and here. That's the majority of the damage tunnel right there. Congrats, guys. But no, in all seriousness, it's gonna be a little bit more than that, right? And we'll get onto that. So that's gonna be like the majority of our tunnel right here. And while that might look small, it's gonna be perfectly sufficient for the smashers, and because we're gonna basically filter out the husks with a little bit of spawn trapping. I'll admit it's gonna be spawn trapping with sealing electric fields. But I found that's a really good method for this. But it's not going to be just spammed everywhere. It's going to have a purpose. So first things first is we're going to add a wall right here. We're going to have a sound wall on this later, and the husks that walk right across here are going to get hit by that sound wall. We're going to have a wall here. We're going to have a wall here because we can actually build here. Weird. And we can put a wall here, right? Now, these are just going to be simple. Like, there's going to be sound walls on these 2 walls. This is going to have a wall launcher pushing them this way. We're then going to attach a wall right here, a wall right here, and this will just be support for our spawn trapping. And we're going to jump up here, and we're going to place 1, 2 out, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll have 1 more sealing electric field right here. So as the husks walk this way, they're going to get hit by these sealing electric fields, and as these husks over here walk this way, they're going to get hit by sealing electric fields here. We're then going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 ceilings right here, and these are just going to be a 2x2 grid, and these will be hard-hitting sealing electric fields when we get to it. Okay? So the next is we're going to actually come into this area. And if you can tell, they really can't walk up here. They could walk right here, but I mean, that's away from the objective, and we'll have walls in between them, so they're really not going to go up that. So they're going to go up this left side of the path. They'll come up this little side. So that's where we have our tunnel starting. So what we're going to start off doing is we're going to have a wall here, and we're just going to have walls all the way surrounding this, right? Boom. And then we have I think we're going to put a low wall right here. And this is just so we can put a dynamo on it later, all right? We're going to come to this left wall. We're actually going to edit a window in it. If you don't know, if you have a window and a wall darts can shoot through it, no matter what trap's on it. So if we have a sound wall on this wall darts can shoot through it. So fun fact if you didn't know that. We'll have a wall behind this, a wall right here, a low wall here. We'll have a low wall here, here, and here. Okay. So simple enough, we have those low walls. And then we're going to have also a low wall right here, a full wall here, wall, 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 wall. All right? And I think that should be the majority of the walls, except for a wall right here I like to have. All right? So that's simple enough, right? I think everybody can hang with that. We're then going to add a little cone right here. And this is just solely in case the husks come right here, smashers, they would tend to charge right here if you don't have that cone. Just because this is considered part of the amplifier. So they avoid that when they go around this way if you don't. All right? So we have this little slope area, right? We're going to put the ceilings on it now. We're going to come up here and we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are just going to be 2x2 grid right here. We're going to keep going forward. There's going to be a tile right here above. a tile right here, and a tile right here. So it should just be 3 extra ceilings, and it's going to cover their pathway. And we'll have ceiling traps on those, of course. Alright. And believe it or not, that's it for like our damage tunnel portion. We have some block off and stuff later, which we might as well go over. We'll go over just putting the traps down first, and then we'll go over like the block off later. So to get through this, we're going to first find our all durability ceiling electric fields. Why? These have really high durability, and they're gonna last you no matter pretty much how many random waves you get hit on this. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And these are all just gonna go off consistently every 6 seconds, I wanna say they go off. So they have the same stats as this. So they're gonna reload every 6 seconds and they'll be hitting husks, right? That's gonna be good enough to kill a lot of the regular husks, and that's what we want out of them. We're then going to have an all durability and 1 reload speed sound wall. So this one right here. We're gonna place it here and here. This is just for, in general, if a propane gets touched by this, cool, like, that's awesome. We get their propane off of them early, type of deal. And it's near spawn, so that's why it has 1 reload. We're gonna come right here, and we'll have a wall launcher. So this is gonna be a 3 impact, 2 reload, 1 durability. Honestly, you don't really need the 3 impact on there, but I just have it because all the durability is not going to get used up, and it'll send them basically to right here, so they'll have to walk past the sound wall again. You could put all durability, 2 reload. I just like to have the 2 reloads on this so that it can filter out as many husks as possible. We're then going to have an all durability, 2 reload speed sound wall, and it's going to be on this wall. All right. So basically this whole section right here is meant for sound walls and ceiling electric fields. So up here, we're going to have the crit build ceiling electric fields that we would have. So these are crit rating, double crit damage, damage durability. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 of those. And those, simple enough, are just gonna straight up nuke everything, right? Anything that goes like right in the middle of this is probably just gonna die immediately, except for maybe smashers and ride huskies. And to take care of those a little bit, if anything walks right here, we actually are gonna put reload speed wall darts. So we have crit rating, crit damage, damage, reload speed, durability. And anything that walks right here where this wall launcher is going to get hit by these wall darts. And these are going to do massive damage to the bigger husks. And believe it or not, a majority of these wall darts that go off that hit the smashers are going to basically kill them right there because of all the damage taken from the ceiling electric fields. All right. So now we're going to go into a little bit like of a kill box, right? Because you can't really build too well inside of this area. Simple enough, it's just a lot of bad terrain around here, and you can't really build in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill this up with some wall darts, and these are going to basically be a lot of reload speed wall darts. So there's going to be one right here. So if a husk walks right here, they're going to get hit by that wall dart. We're going to have one right here. So if a husk is up right here, they can still get hit by that wall dart. We'll have one right here and right here. So this one is for the husk is right here. They can still get hit by it. If somehow they veer off here, they can get hit by that wall dart and it's free damage. All right. And we're also going to have one right here. This is going to be a reload speed one. So we're also going to have a crit rating, crit damage, damage, reload speed wall dynamo. And as you guys can see right there, it's just your typical wall dynamo with reload speed. We're going to place it right here. We're going to have our crit build ceiling electric fields. So crit rating, crit damage, damage, durability, crit damage. And we're going to have them up top here, right? And these are just going to basically be another layer of FU damage to whatever gets right here. We're then going to have an all durability 2 reload speed sound wall. And this is going to be on this wall right here. We're then going to have an, we're going to go find our reload speed wall darts. We're going to place the rest of those real quick. So we're going to have a reload speed wall dart, and it's going to be right here and right here. Okay? We're also going to have one right here. Actually, no, take that back. Don't place that. It's going to be we're going to place a crit rating damage, crit damage, durability one. So we'll place 2 of those right here and here. I like to stagger up the timings of the wall darts. So this is a reload one, and that's a crit rating, double crit damage one. Okay. We're then going to have a tar pit right here, and there's just going to be tar pits on all these floors right here, just because the CC uses of the smashers is not going to be used up by anything but this wall launcher, and that'll only be one use. So these tar pits will be extremely effective for them being right here. Maybe they get hit by this sound wall, but that's still not enough for them to have all their uses used up. We're then going to place a reload speed wall dynamo here, a reload speed wall dynamo here, and then we're going to have our crit build wall dynamos. These are going to be crit rating, double crit damage, durability, and we're going to have one here, we're going to have one here, and we're going to have one here. And this is solely just their staggered reload time, so anything that's walks here, it's going to take a lot of burst damage initially, and then these will go off staggered wise if husks are still floating into here. We're going to have a hard critting wall dart right here. We're also going to have a hard critting wall dart right here. We're going to have one right here, and this is going to be a reload speed one. So crit rating, crit damage, reload speed. And we're also going to have one right here. Okay? We'll then have a big crit one, right? Because if a smasher somehow makes it past all this one, they're going to go for this wall. And this wall dart is just your last line of defense, basically. Granted, they don't really make it there since I've changed it up, but like in initial testing, when I had this a little bit worse off, that wall dart was super useful. We're then going to have a crit rating, double crit damage effect duration ceiling gas trap right here. And then we'll have our ceiling zappers with crit rating, double crit damage, durability on these two squares. So simple enough, that's it, really. I think that's about every single trap that's in this. It's not too confusing, the trapping wise. It's just going to be a straight damage tunnel, but the block offs where we're going to have to like limit the husks pathing and really work on it. Okay, so the first things first is we're going to go all the way over here, right? So I mentioned that the husks might want to go up this way, and we have to kind of block that off. But this is a really icky block off area because you can't build in certain spots like right here for some reason. So we're going to start right here, and we're going to place a wall. Okay. We're going to have a wall. We're going to have a cone behind it, like this. And that's just going to be facing the west. I think we can face it towards the southwest as well. All right, so that's one of the little block off areas. We're going to have a wall here, wall, cone facing the southwest, and then a wall behind it, not on the natural terrain side. We'll have a wall right here, a wall, a cone facing the southwest, and a wall right there. And we'll also have that right here. And this will be surrounded in walls. Okay? We'll then have a floor and a cone right here at the top of this ramp. And that should prevent all the husks from wanting to walk up this way. Once we have that, we're going to come all the way over here, right? So they're going to want to be able to walk up right here. So we're just going to place two walls in the middle of this so that they don't walk this way. And that should help with this spawn, right? Because now they don't have this option of dropping off here and walking this way. As well as we're going to have one other block off right over here. So we're going to come all the way right here next to home base. There's this little ramp, and we're just going to have a wall floor cone. And this should prevent the husks from walking up this way. All right, so next we're going to come right here. We're going to come behind this little cone and wall that we have on this block off, and we're going to place a wall, floor, cone, walls surrounding it except for on the west side. We're going to have a cone facing the northwest, cone facing the southwest, cone facing the northwest, and then surrounded by walls. We're then going to attach our lobber shield, right? Because there's nowhere for the flingers to throw except for right in here, we're gonna make a lobber shield. And this also helps because there's a tornado that floats around spawn and can actually throw them over top of your builds if you don't have a lobber shield. So that's why I like this lobber shield. So we're gonna have a cone right here, right? And we're gonna start by just placing a cone. We're gonna edit it into a ramp, all right? And I'm gonna pull up my screenshot of this just so I get it right for you guys because frankly, I just can't memorize it off of hand. So we're gonna go 1 up, 2 up, 3 up. We're gonna go over to the south one. We're gonna place a ramp. We're gonna go 4 up, and we'll do a 3x4. I can't place. So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, and these are gonna go up by 4. So boom, boom, boom. All right, and then we're gonna place 1, 2, 3 up. Oh, never mind. We're gonna go 4x4, and then 1x3. See, I'm not very good at looking at my lava shields and then memorizing them, so I have to have those screenshots, right? So it's gonna be 3 up, 4 up, 4 up, 4 up, 4 up, 3 up. So it should be 16 in the middle, and then 3 on the sides for 22 structures for the lava shield. Okay. The other thing that we need to take into account is because our AFK spot is up there, we'll have assassin husks that are going to want to try to get to us. And since our tunnel isn't, oh my god, this isn't edited towards the southwest. Yeah, edit that towards the southwest if you haven't. Alright, but because assassin husks want to reach us, they're going to walk over here. So this is like the midgets, the cowboys, and the pitchers, and they're going to walk over here to get towards us. So naturally, they're going to want to hit on this corner, and they're going to want to hit over here. This isn't like smashers, this isn't husky husks, this is solely like the little husklings. So we're going to take healing wall dynamos. These are going to be double crit rating, double crit damage. We're going to place one here and here, as well as right here. That's really going to mitigate a lot of them. And it's going to basically solve your assassin husk problems, because they're just going to come over here and die immediately to those wall dynamos. Alright, so that's the majority of the build. It's really simple, and the only reason we have this lava shield, I'm pretty sure we can get away with a lot less, is because that tornado will shoot them up, and they could potentially land over here and cause issues. So this, they'll actually just bounce off of and then go the right tunnel. So I do hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys like this video, leave a like and comment down below. We'll probably be trying to be taking these out 2 a week. So probably an ample week, basically. But I do hope you guys enjoy this. Sorry for the slow speed, but these just take a while to make. So I do hope you enjoy it. All right. Love and peace to you guys. Adios.